And good evening and welcome to the Upper St. Clair varsity hockey game this evening, where we've taken the show on the road to the Mount Lebanon Rec Center, where your Panthers tonight will take on the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. I'm Kurt Carruth on your High Definition Panthers television network, along with Mike DeSantis on the camera. And oh, does this facility pack them in. Boy, I tell you, they talk about our own version of the backyard brawl. Mount Lebanon fans always been a supportive, a faithful, and the Upper St. Clair traveling very well here this evening. Both teams with 9 games into the 2014-15 season. Mount Lebanon sporting a 4-4-1 record, and the Panthers with a 3-5-1 record as well. So this is going to be for bragging rights, if you will. Panthers will be in their away black uniforms, skating left to right on your TV dial, coming off a big victory last week. And the puck drops, and here we go. Does this guy need to get down? It'll be taken by Gavitt. We may need you to. Thank you. Taken by Gavitt behind the goal, and that'll be picked up by Mount Lebanon. Starting goaltenders, number 35, Adam Seaton, and number 34 for Mount Lebanon, Ryan Westbecker. Blue Devils in their Michigan Wolverine-like white uniforms, trimmed in blue and gold. And this has to be probably one of the most pleasant facilities to call a game in. Nice and warm in this facility. Shot's going to go right on, deflected in front, comes back to the right point where Colcom will take it. He's going to chase down, and Cassidy will play back at the point here. A centering pass goes to Gavitt, coming off an incredible game last effort with a couple assists, and our number 3 star, Gavitt. Taken by Cassidy, takes a big move into the high slot. It's going to come off his blade. Now going to be picked up here by number 98, Woomer, and he'll wheel and deal as a couple of the Panthers will go on a change here, and they've had the territorial advantage early here in the first period. Reinheimer's going to take it, and a blind pass goes right on the blade of Mount Lebanon. They'll skate it back to center. Oh, going to catch Mount Lebanon on a change here. Galamus takes it over to Reinheimer, and a shot, a rebound. Oh, my, and Woomer got a good shot off and a better save by Westbecker. He comes around to the board. Oh, and a heavy hit here, but a mini breakaway for Mount Lebanon. Shot's going to go on and score. And oh, go figure, Mount Lebanon's going to get the first initial tally here. Panthers dominate play for the first 2 minutes, but the goal's going to go to number 28. And that's going to be Reed Farber. Time of the goal at the 15:09 mark. Panthers gave up a mini breakaway, and he wristed it from 20, and Mount Lebanon gets off to that early 1-0 lead. Yeah, just go figure. Panthers pretty much dominating play for the first 2 minutes and give up a little mini break. And a play comes loose in front here. Farber's going to pick it up in the far corner. He's going to dump it back behind the goal, a centering pass, and that's going to be thwarted by Cook. As that play looked for Schrader, number 33. Wide angle shot and a good save by Seaton, and he's going to hold on. Unassisted goal at the 15:09 mark by 28 Farber. Face-off will be to the left of goaltender number 35, Seaton. Crowd is electric. The music is loud. Face-off taken by the Panthers and controlled, and an outlet pass right on the blade of number 18, Cassidy, and he'll take a heavy hit as he's got to avoid number 74, Simmons. Play comes back to center, and Perryman will check back up on a delayed offside. Play comes out to number 4, Adler. He's going to avoid a check, and a good effort there. And up, looks like Gist was just inside the blue line, and an offside will be called. So we'll have a stop and play with a face-off just outside the blue line with 14:15 to go in the first. Face-off controlled by Mount Lebanon. And that'll be dumped into the attack zone for the Blue Devils, but picked up here by a quick skating Reinheimer, and he's going to take it past three defense people and leave it for Stevenson, and he'll avoid a heavy hit. Reinheimer will lose his edge. That's important for the Panthers to get right back in this game. Mount Lebanon, one of these classic teams, similar to the way Bethel Park plays when they're content to get a 1-0 lead and sit on it. Taken behind the goal where it'll be dished out to number 42. Troy, played here by Nelson. He'll take the right-handed shot on the left wing, and a centering pass, and laid into the play is number 74. And he takes a powerful drive, Simmons, and that'll just go wide. Back to the right point where he'll dump it behind the goal for number 42, Troy. Taken into the high slot, an easy save there for Seaton. Be picked up by number 3, Colcom, but they can't get it out, and yes, it does. Jumps over the stick of number 74, Simmons, and Mount Lebanon will regroup at the center ice area. Taken by Colcom, and he'll take a backhanded chip shot in, and Westbacher loses sight of the puck, and it'll be picked up here by Matt Cook. He gets it back to the left point. Taken by Finn, and he goes into the slot area. He looks for Cook, but unable to control, and Mount Lebanon will skate back 2-on-2. And Farber's going to take it wide, and he'll take a heavy hit, and boy, what a big frame he is. Number 28 for Mount Lebanon. Taken over on the far board where Woomer will redirect it to defense partner Finn. Play is picked up here by Woomer. Taken by Cassidy. He's going to be tripped and pulled down with no call. Farber will play it, and he'll take a heavy hit by Cassidy, and we'll have a change as Colcom will jump right back on the ice. Oh, Panthers struggling here to get the puck out of the zone, and going to be helped out here by number 18, Cassidy. And he's going to take a 9-iron chip shot. That'll come right back to the neutral ice area, and Colcom takes a heavy hit by Adler in the center ice area. Both teams throwing the body around here early. Play comes behind the goal where number 56, Rudoy, will take it. Back to center, and a sandwich play on number 15 as he'll change up. McGraw. Outlet pass comes off the left skate of Rongus, and he's unable to control, and that'll be redirected to number 40, Farrell. Kept in neatly at the right point by Del Rosa, but he'll lose his edge. Play comes outside the blue stripe. Colcom will have to wait for his players to get onside, and he'll blast it behind the goal. Good little outlet pass right on the left wing side, and a good effort there by Stevenson as he got a quality shot off. Good save by Westbacher. And another good shot, and redirected into the corner. And Westbacher dodges a bullet. And Mount Lebanon will be content to ice the puck. And with 10:27 to go now in the first, Panthers still trail 1-0. Faceoff controlled by number 9, Salvato. And boy, Reinheimer takes a heavy stick to the Mount Lebanon player, nothing called. Taken by Galamus behind the goal. Give and go. Shot, just goes right over the crossbar. And a quality set play there, and Reinheimer with a good shot. Play will come right back to Salvato, number 9. He redirects it back to the center ice area where that'll be picked up here by Woomer. He'll skate it back to center, and that'll come off his blade. It'll be picked up here by number 47, McConnell. And Woomer all over the ice here, back to McConnell, and he'll redirect it to his defense partner, number 9, Salvato. Play is still loose. Mount Lebanon doing a job to be patient here. Panthers with a good forechecking effort. Right back on the tape of Gavitt. He's going to take the right-handed shot. He'll leave it for Cook. That's going to be disrupted by the Mount Lebanon defense, Schrader. And finally going to be picked up by number 56, Rudoy. And boy, I'll tell you what, Mike, these guys are some big guys for Mount Lebanon. You've got Farber and Rudoy, and a couple of them look like they're well over 6 feet tall. And probably could be playing football too. Good effort there as Cassidy gives up the body, and what a shot by Colcom. And that play was created by Cassidy in the corner, and he dug it out amongst 2 players, and a beautiful assist, and he gets it back to the right point. And Colcom with that big drive makes no doubt about it. And he tickled the twine from 40. And the Panthers tie it at 1. Time of the goal at 8:59. Big time shot by number 3, Casey Colcom. And a good effort in the corner by Austin Cassidy for the assist, and the Panthers tie it at 1. Well, that's what the doctor ordered. Panthers pretty much have had the territorial advantage for the first 8 minutes here of this period. Play comes behind Seton where Finn will look to leave it. To be disrupted in the corner by number 42, Troy. Back to the point. Oh, a good save by Seton. Oh, and here we have a breakaway. Cook's also going to get an assist. Taken by Gavitt. A little effort to Cassidy, and he can't control. Crowd is really into this game. A little 2-on-1 breaks out. Rister's going to be blocked in front, and a good effort here by Del Rosa, and he's pulled down. Nothing called at center. And they're letting them play. 7:59 to go here in the first. And we're going to have a whistle, and finally we're going to get a holding minor here. And it looks like the Panthers are going to be guilty of a minor infraction here. Finn will get the gate, 2-minute minor at the 7:56 mark for holding. So Mount Lebanon will skate on a 5-on-4 advantage. Mount Lebanon on the power play here. Good effort there for the Panthers to clear the zone. Going to be chipped back into the zone, and Cook looks to play it. Play will come off the near board here where kept in by Mount Lebanon. Good effort there by Reinheimer, and he'll pick it up behind the cage, and he'll shoot it the length of the ice. And precious seconds will elapse on the clock with 1:10 now remaining here in the man advantage. A little giveaway here. Oh my, Gavitt tried to get it to Cassidy, but unable to control. Right back on the tape of the Panther defense, and he'll wrist it where number 47, McConnell, will play it. And he'll set it up for Salvato. And boy, the Panthers doing an excellent job here on the penalty kill so far. Good little outlet pass on the left wing. Farrell will take it. Back to the right point. Oh, and he tried to backdoor it on a set play where Nelson was camped on the doorstep. And that just went by his blade. Taken by Nelson again. Oh, and a heavy hit. Going to be batted down with a high stick, and they'll wave that off. Still controlled by Mount Lebanon. Oh, and another wrister by Nelson. He's had 3 good shots on this power play. 6 seconds remaining. And that's going to be blocked in front. One last effort. Oh, another save by Woomer. And that hit him in the shoulder area. Back to skating 5-on-5. He wrists it ahead to Cassidy, and he'll avoid a check. Going to have a delayed offside. Cassidy will have to check back up. Panthers successfully kill the power play, but Nelson had 3 quality shots there late in the man advantage for Mount Lebanon. A little redirect there by Stevenson, but he's unable to control. Taken by Stevenson. He looks to center, and he's in front, but Cook! And he shoots and scores. What an effort there! And the Panthers answer right back. Matt Cook's going to get the tally. And what a play by number 10, Stevenson. And he ragged the puck, Elliott Stevenson, behind the goal and neatly centered it right to Cook in front. And he rammed it home. And boy, the Panthers answer quickly and get a 2-1 lead at the 5:19 mark. That's one thing about the Panthers of 2014 and 15. They have come back on multiple occasions this year. And this is a tough facility to play in. Historically, the Panthers have not fared well in this building. Mount Lebanon with a huge, huge advantage here in their own building. Play is loose. Goes back into the corner, and the Panthers look fired up here after getting 2 goals here. Play's going to come all the way back, and Colcom will be the first to get there, and that shot's going to go right on, and Seaton with a heads-up play to save that. Taken by Reinheimer, and he chips it back to Galamus at center. Play is loose. It's kill controlled by the Panthers. Reinheimer getting a lot of ice time. Oh, my, and he looked for Stevenson going down the left wing and almost connected. All Upper St. Clair here. Taken by Troy at the left point. He's going to take a wrister, but that's going to be blocked by Rongus from behind. Fast-moving first period with 3:57 to go. Taken by number 17, Conway. Going to shoot at the length of the ice, but icing will be waved off where Woomer will play it. Comes all the way across to Rongus, and he'll look to tee it up, and that's going to be a loose play. Be careful here, and they're going to score. A little bit of a giveaway down deep, and I think Nelson's going to get the tally. And the puck kind of just shot through the right crease. And I think Nelson was able to get the backhand and just chip it into an open net. And Mount Lebanon's going to tie the game here at the 3:40 mark. And we're now tied at 2. Score! Oh my, and Cassidy answers, and he's gonna go top shelf. I was listening for the goal, and Cassidy answers right back, and he rips it from 10. And oh my, stop the press is Panthers 3, Mount Lebanon 2, and Farrell got the goal for Mount Lebanon. I was listening to the goal, so it indeed was not number 18, Nelson, it was number 40, and just as I'm listening, Cassidy streaks down the left wing, and he rips it top shelf on a water bottle goal. And the Panthers right back on top, 3-2. Play comes all the way back into the Panther zone. Matt Cook having a brilliant game here tonight. I think that's Cook's third point here this evening. Factored in on every goal. Comes right back to Cassie, passes it right to himself, takes it into the high slot, shot on all mine. He had it labeled. And what a save by Westbacher. And he had the same corner labeled, but a good glove hand save by the Mount Lebanon goaltender. And that would have brought the house down here, folks. End-to-end play. Dump back all the way to center, where that'll be picked up here by number 9, Salvato. Oh, and he looks to redirect it back to Cassie. Tries to tuck it in. Shot by Gavin is right on, and a good save by Westbacher. A little giveaway there by Salvato, and he got away with it. And Cassidy tried to cash in and had two good opportunities here at 2:16 to go in the first. And a high-scoring first period it is. Shots on goal by Upper St. Clair 11 and Mount Lebanon 6, so pretty much been dominated here by the Panthers. And the Panthers enjoy a 3-2 lead. And that's going to be shot into the bench, so we'll have a stop and play, and we'll have a redo with 2:05 now to go in the first. Or as they would say in Pittsburgh, not a redo, but a do-over. Or as we say on the golf course, the mulligan. Good effort there by Troy. Passed it to himself, and he had nobody trailing. Good defensive effort there by number 15, Gavitt, as he played the body. Good effort there as they'll redirect it to the far board, and right on the outlet is Galamus. He'll take it down the right wing, and he gets a nice shot off. Sticked aside by Westbacher. Goes around the far board where that'll be gloved out of the air on a backhanded effort by Woomer. And Westbacher's going to hold on for a stop and play. And with 1:25 to go in the first, they'll face it off to the right of the Mount Lebanon goaltender. Face-off controlled by the Blue Devils. Good effort there by Woomers. He's going to stand up 3 white jerseys. Battling a little bit of a cough here. I'm doing the best I can. Shot going to go right on. Oh, another save. It's loose. And the net's going to come off the mooring. The puck actually did trickle in. But an aggressive play at the goal, and the referee lost sight of the puck. So he'll hold on with 1:01 now remaining in the first. Good face-off win there by the Panthers. Shot behind the goal. Be picked up here by number 74, Simmons. In a weakly attempt to get it out, and that'll finally come back to center. Wormer will take a little backhanded effort and just be content to get it out of the zone. Take it in here by Cassie. We've got an offside play. And it looks like play has slowed down a little bit here late in the first. Good face-off win here by number 52, Matt Cook. Redirected behind the goal. Mount Lebanon will have to regroup. Farrell skated out. He's got a tally. Oh, big hit there by Colcom. And big number 28. Wow, Farber. He's just got such a big frame. Panthers try to get a little breakaway with 8 seconds to go. Taken by Cook. One last effort to Cassidy, and he's checked off the play, and that'll do it. A late shot on is gloved by Westbacher. And the first period will come to a close. Shots on goal, Upper St. Clair 16, Mount Lebanon 6. And the Panthers enjoy a 3-2 lead after one. Well, nice to say, Mike, after 9 games played, Austin Cassidy, the #1 scorer in the PIHL AAA ranks, with 14 goals and 5 assists, and he added his 15th tonight for 20 points. Points per game, 2.11, pretty impressive. And he is an absolute pure goal scorer. I didn't get a chance to read the article, but I heard there was a nice article in the Post-Gazette about Austin Cassidy and his choosing to stay and play high school hockey, which I think is very admirable. Too often we get this good talent that ends up playing juniors after their sophomore year, and we never get to see them at the high school level. But if you ask most of the kids, this is the hockey they really enjoy, especially when they get their games broadcasted on the Panthers television network. Panthers trying to get back to 500 here on the season. Our next broadcast will be a Monday, December the 8th game, a home game against Central Catholic, and that will be at the Ice Castle at 7 o'clock Monday, December the 8th. So come on out and support your Panthers. Panthers now skating right to left here in the second. Back to center where Del Rosa looks to flip it ahead, but that'll be a hand pass. And you can only do that in your defensive zone. So they'll blow the whistle and face it off outside the blue line. Ooh, big face-off win, and that caromed right back into the left arm of Colcom, right on the tape. Oh, my, and what an effort there. Galamus got his stick down and almost made a miracle play as he tried to deflect it over the stick-hand side of Westbecker as he was falling to the ice. So a brilliant effort there by number 9, Galamus. Taken here by number 40, Farrell, and he is their leading scorer for Mount Lebanon. He's got a tally here on the evening. Boy, Reinheimer just getting a lot of ice time today, and he's playing very well. Deflected in front. Oh, my, I thought that went in. Came off the blade of Reinheimer. Comes all the way back to center. Stevenson Elliott will lose his edge. He'll just get up and go to the bench. And Reinheimer will do the same as he'll skate over, and the Panthers bring on their fresh troops. Little backhanded effort right on the stick of Nelson. He's got Enterline trailing, number 29. It's loose in front. That got deflected by the Panther defense and kind of caught Seaton off guard. Play comes back to Gavitt, and he coolly just dumps it behind the goal to Woomer, and he'll redirect it right back to Gavitt. And a good effort by the Panthers to get it out of the zone. Play will go over the stick of Enterline all the way back to the Panther defense. And Woomer and Gavitt, it's deja vu all over again. And he's going to lose it at center, and right back on the attack comes Nelson. Enterline trailing, and he was pulled down. Oh, my, a shot goes right through the crease and was camped on the doorstep. And play still loose where McConnell will just dump it back to center, and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils will go on a wholesale change. Skated out here by number 15, Gavitt, right on the stick of 18, Cassidy. And he's going to beat a couple players. He takes it down deep, and he loses an edge, but still gets it back to the center ice area, where that'll be redirected back in the corner by Mount Lebanon. Boy, and the ice surface is very chippy here again. Seems to have been a pattern here in a lot of the Panther games where late in the second period the snow starts to build up. I think also one of the problems and one of the reasons that Mount Lebanon has changed a few things in this facility is the fact that this is a very warm arena, which doesn't usually tend to have good ice surface because of the heat. Score! Kokum's going to get his second goal. And kind of a screenshot. And Kokum, boy, can he pull the trigger quickly. And Westbecker didn't see the puck. And Kokum gets his second tally of the evening on a very similar shot. This was a wrister, and they're going to go for a goaltending change here. Wow, and number 36, Joel Kirshner, is now going to enter the pipes. And Westbecker's going to go to the showers. And the Panthers now lead 4-2 on a brilliant goal, second of the evening by Kokum. And Mount Lebanon is going to take their one and only timeout, and they are being dominated by shots here. Shots on goal are 18-6. And boy, to the Panthers' credit, they came out flying, but got off to a 1-0 deficit on a quick goal by the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, and they answered right back several times here this evening. And they now have a comfortable 4-2 lead. Time of that goal at the 13:27 mark by Kokum. And this would be a big win for Upper St. Clair. Who had the other goal? Cassidy, Kokum 2. Who had the fourth? Whoops. Yeah. Yeah. So we have Kokum with 2 goals, Matt Cook with a goal, and Cassidy with a goal. 4-2. And that's a long time out, folks. And the whistle's blown, and they're still at their respective benches. Let's go, folks. We got a curfew at 9 o'clock. We're going to have a 2-minute delay of game penalty over here. Mount Lebanon still huddled up in the corner. And finally, they're going to send out a few troops. That had to be a 5. That was probably a TV timeout like the NFL here. And face-off will be dropped at center, where Del Rosa going to win that back to Finn. He's right back on the blade of number 23. Plays a little catch with Perryman in the corner. Del Rosa with a good job controlling the play, and gets back to the corner board, but going to be kept in here by Woomer. And this is how you'll tire out a team, by making them grind it out in the corner. Good forechecking effort here by the Panthers. Galamus and Del Rosa are going to get the assist on the Kokum goal. Kept in here neatly by the Panthers. It's going to be taken by Stevenson over to Woomer, and he'll look to tee it up. Going to come off the mark, and that'll be picked up here by Conway. And he's going to redirect it all the way back behind the goal. And Mount Lebanon will be guilty of an icing play With 13:25 to go in the second, Panthers lead 4-2.
I don't think you can hear it actually.
Play goes into the corner where Simmons will play it. He'll mix it up with a couple Panthers. Dug out in the corner here. It'll be played by Panthers, helped out by Nelson. Aggressive play here by Josh Cook, and he'll grind it down in the corner with Nelson. Boy, Panthers just winning those battles in the corner. Gets it back to the point. Kokum with a drive, and he's looking for the hat trick. And that just goes wide. Play comes over to Reinheimer again. He gets it back to the point. Kokum will tee it up again, and that'll come off his blade. Gets it right back. Shoots it in front. It's loose. Play goes into the corner, and a good effort here by the Panthers. All Upper St. Clair here. Shot's going to go through the crease. Got some tired Mount Lebanon defense out there. They're probably looking to get it out of the zone here. Comes back to Stevenson at the left point. Goes over to Reinheimer. It's still kept in here by the Panthers. And finally, Mount Lebanon's going to shoot at the length of the ice. And a much-needed change of possession. And Mount Lebanon will be guilty of a icing play here with 12:05 to go in the second. Face-off controlled by the Blue Devils. Taking along the near boards here where Troy will battle for it. Gets it back to center where Farber looks to control, and a nifty little move there by Finn. Redirects it to Cassidy, and he'll take it over the blue stripe. He's going to control it. Mount Lebanon needs to take a body here. Back to the point where Woomer looks to tee it up. He'll go to the backhand on a deflection, and a good save by Kirshner. They'll be picked up here by number 40, Farrell, but he can't get it out. Boy, and the Panthers just a tenacious forechecking game going on. Comes back, and it'll be kept in here again by Woomer, and he's just going to redirect it back into the corner. And boy, these plays don't show up on the score sheet, but this will grind it out in the corner. Oh my! And Cook looks to jam it in for his fourth point of the evening. Taken by Cassidy. Oh, and an errant pass, and that'll come by the mark. Back to center, and a good effort there by Josh Cook to kick it back into the Panther zone. Going to be played here by number 56, Rudoy. And finally, just going to be chipped back into the zone, and 10:30 now remains here in the second. Skated out by Cook, and boy, Mount Lebanon's got to take the body here. They're just letting the Panthers skate right by him. Play comes into the slot where Gavitt looks to tee it up. Right back on the attack comes Mount Lebanon with Adler on the left wing, and he's going to take it wide on a centering pass, and bodies all over the place as number 15, McGraw, was in front of the goal. Heavy hit there by Adler against Gavitt on a good clean check, and that'll go behind the Mount Lebanon goal. A dangerous pass comes right through the slot, but that'll come back to the neutral ice area. Kokum looks to play it at center. Going to be helped out here by number 7, Rungus. He gets it over to 15, Gavitt. Nice little outlet pass to Perryman, and a wrister's going to go wide. Taken by Stevenson, and he'll look to chip it back in the zone, right back to the point. And Gavitt with a quality shot, and a good save there by Kirshner. And Will Gavitt with a big-time shot at the point, but a better belly save by Kirshner. And he's going to hold on with 9:29 now to go in the second. Panthers still lead 4-2. Good face-off win there for the Blue Devils. That'll be kicked behind the goal where number 9, Salvetto, looks to play it. Comes over here into the near boards, and that'll be redirected out into the center ice area. Stevenson will mix it up with Enterline. Picked off by Woomer, and he can't get it out. Finally going to be taken by Reinheimer. And boy, the ice looks really, really snowy tonight. Going to bank it off the glass. He looks to chase up, but number 74, Simmons, will get there first. Kept in here by the Panthers. Going to be taken by Reinheimer. Centering pass right to Galamis. Oh, and he can't pull the trigger. He had that right-handed shot. He tried to tee it up. A shot's going to just whistle wide past Kirshner. All Upper St. Clair here. Another centering pass goes to Stevenson. He's going to take a wide-angle shot, and that's going to hit the netting. And we'll change him up. And what tenacity here for the Panthers. Boy, they've certainly come to play the first two periods and enjoying a 4-2 lead here in the Mount Lebanon facility. Play will come back to center, where that'll be played by the big frame, number 28 of Farber. He's going to spin it behind the goal. And a good little effort there by Cassidy. He's got a head of steam. And he's pulled down, and we might have a penalty shot here. And he's pulled down, and indeed we do. And Cassidy had the breakaway, and the stick was thrown and pulled down. And you're about to see the most exciting play in hockey here. Mano a mano. Cassidy favoring that left arm. And goaltender took a pretty heavy collision as well. And boy, I tell you what, a few years ago, Mike, they did not have those goalposts that would come out on contact, but that was a rule change about 10 to 15 years ago. And that would cause a tremendous injury if that goal would stay mounted. But Cassidy's trying to shake it off here. He's going to get a penalty shot here. And this is all or none. And here we go. He's going to get the whistle. The most exciting play in hockey, and here comes Cassidy. Still favoring that left arm a little bit. Kirshner's going to come out. Cassidy's going to go. He drags it. Oh, what a save! Oh, my, and Cassidy had him dead to rights. And he went to the backhand. And like Frankie Pietrangelo with the incredible save by the Pittsburgh Penguins to take them to their first Stanley Cup. Frankie Pietrangelo, number 40, known simply as the Save. What a save by Kirshner. And Cassidy had him dead to rights, and he flipped it right into the glove as Kirshner was on his backside. But a big-time move and a better save by the Mount Lebanon goaltender. And sometimes that's the big mo that a team needs. Right back on the attack comes Farber, and the shot's going to go. It whistles. Oh, what a save by Seaton. And he had that left corner labeled, but he got the paddle down on it. And the Panthers have to be careful here. Taken back at the left point. Mount Lebanon's got a little sense of urgency here. A good effort there by the Panthers, but they can't get it out. Taken by Farrell, number 40. He redirects it behind to Farber. And it looks like the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils are going to keep it in the zone. Right back to Farrell. Oh, and that shot just goes wide. And it's all Mount Lebanon here ever since the penalty shot. And finally, Cassidy's going to pick it up, and he's going to get ahead of steam back to center. And he takes it wide, checks up, give and go, back in and shot. He shoots and scores. And Gavitt's going to get the tally. What a brilliant play by Cassidy again in the corner. And he gives it up. And Gavitt's going to get the goal, number 94 at the 6:46 mark. And the Panthers now take a 5-2 lead. Well, I've got to tell you, Mount Lebanon is certainly just given free reins to the Panther skaters tonight. They are skating right around the defense. And if I was watching a tape of this game, you've got to take the body. Shot's going to go. 6:46 time of the goal. Jack Gavitt will get the tally on a brilliant assist by Cassidy. And it is a point fest here tonight with the Panthers with 5 goals here with 6:14 to go in the second. Taken by Enterline, and that'll be given up to the Panthers, and they'll redirect it back into their zone. Cleared around to the near boards where Enterline will, nice little outlet pass right on the tape of number 33, a Schrader. And right back to Reinheimer as he'll leave it for number 95, Sean Stevenson. And finally going to be played out by Mount Lebanon, and they'll just take a 9-iron and chip it the length of the ice, and they'll be picked up here by Adler. Looks to center it, but nobody home, and Reinheimer's going to skate it back right on the blade of Elliott Stevenson. He's going to check up on the far board. Back to Cook with a drive, and that'll come off his stick. Kept in neatly at the left point by Cook, and he'll go to the backhand. He's going to follow it up himself. He's going to beat 2 Mount Lebanon players, and boy, the Panthers just look like they won it all the more. And boy, what an effort so far by Upper St. Clair. Right back on the attack, and once again, Mount Lebanon not taking a body here. And he missed again on a check, and he's just skating in. Just nobody laying a hand on the Panthers. Taken by 98 Woomer, and he wheels and deals. Oh my, what a move. He's going to redirect it back in the corner, but nobody home. Woomer will check back to the point. Comes all the way back to center, and he'll corral the puck. Chips it ahead where number 9, Galamus will look to play it. Gets himself back on side. Reinheimer will go to the bench. Taken by Nelson, but he can't control, and Woomer will just chip it back. He's been on an extended shift here. 3:57 remains in the second. Back to center, and Cassidy will play it. Takes it wide, no body on him. Again, a shot, and that's going to hit the meshing. And once again, the Panthers just having their own way here. Skating just literally around the defense. And if they're going to give it to you, you take what you can get, Mike. But the Panthers very impressive with the speed, and they are just blowing around the Mount Lebanon defense, making it look easy. Taken here by Mount Lebanon in the corner. A good effort there by Cook. It'll be batted down with a high stick, but they'll let him play as Mount Lebanon touched up. Troy's going to take it on a 3-on-3. Shot's going to go weakly behind the goal. Enterline will play it. Leaves it back for Troy. Good effort there on a play by Matt Cook, and boy, is he having a standout game tonight. Taken by Cassidy, and once again, just wheeling right around, having his way. Colcom with a drive. Oh my, and that comes off the blade, and that deflects into the rafters. But Colcom looking for that hat trick, and he's got a blistering shot from the point. And they're going to blow it dead with 5-2 lead here with 3:04 now to go in the second. Face-off controlled by Mount Lebanon. Comes back to number 15, McGraw. Taken by Finn, but not out. Redirected over to the far boards where Finn will get it right back. It's going to be hounded by Adler. Good effort there by Del Rosa to help Finn out. And that's how the forwards are supposed to come help your defense. Good effort there by number 23. Good shot on by Rongus, and he'll hold on. And Kirshner will decide to glove it for a face-off to the right of the Lebo goaltender with 2:31 to go in the second. Controlled by the Panthers. Elliott Stevenson with Reinheimer in the near corner. Boy, the Panthers forechecking has just been putting a clinic on tonight. This might be a tape if you're Mount Lebanon you want to destroy, and if you're Upper St. Clair you want to pull it out, because this has been a total domination on two very evenly matched teams as far as the record's concerned. But the Panthers have had the better of the play so far. Skating back to center where Farrell looks to pick it up. He's got Nelson trailing. Good defensive effort there by Finn, and that's going to get redirected into the netting once again. So both teams will go on a line change with 1:41 to go in the second. Panthers enjoying a 5-2 lead. Face-off controlled by Mount Lebanon, but redirected into the corner, and Del Rosa just content to get it back to center. And he's going to be pulled down, and good effort there by Matt Cook, and he'll backhand it into the Panther zone. Play goes along the far board and skated out finally by Troy. He's got Enterline trailing. Shot's going to go way wide. Comes over onto the far board. Oh my, be careful here. Almost deflected in first by a Panther, and then second by number 42, Troy. And he shot it right through the goal crease. Taken by Cassidy, and a wrister's going to go wide. Shot on, rebound. Oh my. And another big time save there by Kirshner. And Woomer was camped on the doorstep with the rebound. But a better save by the goaltender, and he'll hold on with 45.6 seconds to go in the second. Another face-off win for Mount Lebanon. But stolen by the great forechecking here of the Panthers. And number 52, Cook, mixed in there again. And he'll mix it up with Del Rosa. And boy, those two are big-time grinders here tonight. Good effort there by Woomer. And once again, you don't see that on the stat sheet. Another brilliant play by Woomer, and he'll take it down deep. Now it's a feeding frenzy. They've got the defense looking to score, and he's all over the ice. Looks to go to the backhand right on the tape, but Cassidy shot on rebound. It's loose, and that'll do it. And what an effort there by Woomer, and he wheeled and dealed, and he finally got the shot back to Cassidy, and a good effort there with about a second or two left on the clock. And the period will come to a close, so very exciting. 2 periods of play. Panthers will take a 5-2 lead into the bench area, and we'll let them cut the ice. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for exciting third period action in a moment. And we're back. Third period action here. Panthers enjoying a 5-2 lead. And Panthers now will skate left to right in their away black uniforms. So far, so good. Panther Television Network taking the show on the road. And a pretty exciting 2 periods of play. Oh boy, Colcom looking to tee up his 3rd goal. He came off the blade a little bit. I think it took Mike 35 minutes to cut the ice. They must have dumped. There's going to be a water shortage next week in Upper St. Clair and Mount Lebanon because I think they used all the water on the ice here. So he was crawling at a snail's pace. And I'm not sure if there were a lot of ruts out there, but he certainly took his time to cut the ice. But I always used to love coming here. They used to have a Zamboni with carbon monoxide. And you often wonder how they were able to get away with that in a facility with really no venting. Tipped in, oh my, and Gavin had that blade down and went right on the chest of goaltender Joel Kirshner, and what a save. And Mount Lebanon pulled their goalie in the 2nd period after 4 goals. And Kirshner's come in with and done an admirable job here. Now that's what the Panthers need to do. Send 1 in and keep 4 back and continue with the pressure. And Mount Lebanon's just going to be content to drive it down the zone. And they're going to be guilty of an icing play with 15-14 now remaining in the 3rd. Face-off will be controlled by the Blue Devils. Colcom will pinch in and finally going to be skated back to center where number 15 McGraw will take it. Shot's going to go wide. Nice little effort there by Galamis, and he'll redirect it back to Reinheimer, but unable to get it out. Falbo will drive it down behind the goal. Alder will look to play it. He'll come around the far board and skate it out by Elliott Stevenson. Once again, just Panthers having their way with the Mount Lebanon defense, just skating right by him. And Mount Lebanon's got to post up and take a body here. Finally going to be attempted to get out of the zone, but kept in by the Panthers. And once again, Mount Lebanon almost like they're mailing it in here. Still 17 minutes in a period to play, and boy, it's still all Upper St. Clair. Taken by Schrader, and he'll wrist it behind the goal, but good effort there by Galamis, but that'll come off his blade. Heavy hit there in the corner by Reinheimer, and boy, the Panthers still being physical here in the third. Well, that's the first time a Mount Lebanon Blue Devil posted up against one of the Panthers, number 17, Conway. Oh, my. And it's getting a little physical here. It looks like a pair of 18s started to mix it up, and boy, Mount Lebanon took exception there, and Nelson took Cassidy in high to the glass, and I think Nelson's going to get the gate here. Little bit of a frustration play here. And Nelson's probably going to get a minor penalty here for roughing, and all you got to do is point to the shots on goal and the score. 29 shots on goals for the Panthers to 9 for Mount Lebanon. But this is where the officials might have to be very careful. This game can get a little bit out of control once it gets one-sided. And the officials doing a good job here, whistling that play dead. And we're going to see if that's going to be a 2-minute minor or perhaps a double minor. But Nelson's going to get the gate at the 13:35 mark. Oh, we got 13:35 to play, curfew in 21 minutes here. And they're trying to iron it out on this side. No penalties yet on the board. Both captains are at center ice. Reed Farber and Austin Cassidy. Cassidy pleading for an additional penalty here. And actually they've got, looks like Gavitt's in the goal too, so this could be an even up situation. Cassidy lobbying for an additional penalty, much to the dismay of the student body of Mount Lebanon here. But it looks like it's an even up situation. Wow. Oh, and there's a hit from behind, and then another retaliation here. So Reinheimer's going to get a penalty on a hit from behind. Boy, they had two roughing, and this is what I'm saying, Mike. They've got to be really careful here. We've got a 2 and 10 now on Reinheimer on a hit from behind, so he'll pretty much be done for the evening. Time of that penalty at the 13:28 mark. And once again here, Rongus is going to serve the minor penalty for Reinheimer. The Panthers are going to be shorthanded here for the next 2 minutes. This is where the Panthers have to get a little bit of control. They have pretty much dominated this game, and they don't need to give any reason for Mount Lebanon to get back in this game. A screenshot's just going to go wide. Comes all the way back to the left point, and a good effort there by Farrell to keep it in. Taken in the corner by Farber, and he's going to lose it. And a good effort there by the Panthers to clear the zone. Aggressive play there by the goaltender, Kirschner. Comes back to center, and Stevenson will take Schrader into the boards, and a good effort again by the Panthers. And they'll chip it the length of the ice. Stevenson will mix it up with number 47, McConnell. Taken by Farrell, and he's got a tally on the evening. He takes it wide, goes all the way behind goaltender Seaton. Taken in the corner, and it'll be loose. A shot right on. Oh, what a save by Seaton. And once again, a little bit of chippiness after the play here, but they'll both skate away. And a big-time save there, point-blank range by Adam Seaton. .107 now remaining in the man advantage for the Blue Devils. Face-off win by Mount Lebanon. Troy's going to rag the puck. 2-minute boarding minor for Reinheimer and a 10-minute misconduct taken by Troy, and he's going to take a hit by Colcom. It'll come off into the corner where Farber will play it, and he'll play catch with Troy. Looks like the Panthers are kind of standing around here. Be careful here. Tries to get it back to the point, and an aggressive play there by Cook, and a good effort single-handedly to clear the zone. 20 seconds now remains in the man advantage. Taken wide by Farber, and he's going to check up along the far boards back to the point. Looks to give it up to Farrell, and a good effort there by Cassidy as he'll force the play back to center ice. Stevenson will mix it up with Farber. Penalty is expired. Back to 5-on-5. Shot's going to go wide by Farber, and it'll be picked up here by Elliott Stevenson, and he'll rag it back to center. And once again, oh, and there he takes a heavy hit. And that's how you play the body, folks. Big time hit there by number 9, Salvato. Shot's going to go on. Oh, and a good pad save there by Kirschner. Oh, and he takes the lumber right to the Panther player, and nothing called. Took the big stick to Stevenson right in front of the official, and another high hit. And boy, Salvato's just throwing the body around. It's getting a little bit chippy here. Wow. And this is pure frustration at this point now by Mount Lebanon. pretty much let the Panthers skate all around him, and now the body's flying. Yeah, Panthers just have to keep their cool here and just take care of business. Taken by Galamis, and he'll look to get it down deep. Good play by Del Rosa, kept it in. Colcom at the point. He's going to wheel and deal, and he's looking for the HT. Good centering pass right to Del Rosa. Shot's going to just go wide. Good effort there by Casey. Play comes around the corner where Stevenson will play it. Play goes behind the Mount Lebanon goaltender, and they're content to kick it out, but they won't get it out. Play is still loose. Finally going to be picked up here by number 74, Simmons. Fakes a shot, Colcom. He'll take a big drive. Oh, and a nice save there by Kirshner. That shot was right on, and a redirect right on. And finally going to be shot the length of the ice. And Mount Lebanon will be guilty of an icing play with 9:35 to go in the third. Face-off controlled by Mount Lebanon. Taken by number 56, Rudoy. Play comes all the way back to number 98, Woomer. And he'll redirect it on the left wing board to Stevenson. He's going to gain control. He's going to try to go to the backhand. It's loose. Oh, and a good effort there. It's still loose. Shot in. Score. Way too easy. And number 95, Stevenson's going to get the tally. Sean Stevenson on a beautiful setup by Finn at the right point. And ladies and gentlemen, now we can relax. Panthers 6, Mount Lebanon 2. This is an absolute clinic on forechecking and tenacity by the Panthers. Wow. Play kept in at the blue line and shot in, I think, by number 26, Finn. And the redirect went right into the corner. And Stevenson made no doubt about it. Well, they're saying it was unassisted, but that play actually could have been an assist to Finn. That play came from the right point and hit the goaltender and deflected right on the blade of Stevenson. But nevertheless, an unassisted goal, and the Panthers enjoy a 6-2 lead. They'll skate it back to center, and it'll be picked up here by number 15, Gavitt. A pair of Gavitts right in front at the center ice area. Taken by Cook. Well, outlet pass right on the tape of Jack Gavitt. He's going to take it wide. He goes to the backhand. Oh, my, and he had Cassidy in front, and he avoids a check. And, boy, they're looking to tee off on him. And a couple little elbow exchanges. And this is where you've just got to perhaps limit the ice time now of Cassidy. They're kind of targeting him right now. And this is where you don't want to have one of your better players get hurt. It's almost at every cost. If they can take a body, they're going to do it. The Panthers are going to go on a line change here. And if I'm the coach, I just kind of rest our star. He's had a big-time game, and pretty much the game's out of control at this point with only 8:22 to go. And send out the enforcers. Now, this is an uncommon occurrence for Mount Lebanon. I can assure you they have dominated play in this building. And this would be a big-time win in a brutal facility to play in. Taken by Farber, and he's going to take it wide into the corner. He's going to check up, and he's going to decide to kick it back down deep, and pass goes to nowhere, and it'll be skated right back out. Galamis will take it on the right wing. Going to take it wide. He'll avoid a check by Simmons. Galamus will win that battle. Bodies everywhere. Play is loose behind the goal. And they're going to let him play, and finally the whistle will blow. And we'll have a face-off to the right of Kirshner with 7:32 to go in the third. Panthers in control, 6-2. Yeah, they've got Nelson's now shadowing Cassidy. So you got a pair of 18s shadowing each other, and it's got to be careful here. This is not looking good. And once again, and that's Cassidy's going to draw a penalty, and they were looking for that. And Nelson's going to get the gate here, and that was just drawn up, and he's going right back to Cassidy again. And boy, you could see that one coming, Mike. Oh, and I can't believe this. They're going to call that on 52 Cook. Are you kidding me? Wow. You pretty much had Mount Lebanon player trailing Cassidy and looked for a hit in the corner and kind of hit him from behind. And Cook's going to get the minor penalty? Wow, that's not what I saw. Well, the Panthers got to keep number 18 on the bench here. I'm not understanding what he's out there for on a 6-2 lead at this point. Especially when you have a player shadowing him. Well, it is what it is. High sticking minor to Matt Cook. I didn't see that one. Going to be taken by Farber, and he's going to take it wide. Kokum looks to drive him into the boards. Leaves it behind. He'll come back to the point where Farrell looked to tee it up. Shot's going to go high and wide. Total shot domination. 37-12 now by the Panthers. Cleared away, and Perryman will skate it back, and he's got to beat 3 white jerseys. He's got a trailer. Tries to center it to Stevenson. That will go by the mark. Skate it back to center, and it'll be taken by Farber, and he redirects it to Farrell, and a good shot on and a better save by Seaton. Play goes into the corner where Stevenson will lose his blade. Shot's going to weakly go toward the goal. Good save there by Seaton. Play is centered, but nobody home, and a lot of tired troops out there. Shot's going to go right on, and a good save by Finn. That'll come off his shin pad. Right back on the attack is Mount Lebanon with Troy. And Stevenson will mix it up with one of the Blue Devils, and right back on the attack is Farber. But Troy will be in ahead of the play offside. And with 5:33 to go, 28 seconds remains in the Mount Lebanon man advantage. Face-off taken by Mount Lebanon, but Kokum will get there first. Redirects it to himself. And boy, the Panthers just not quitting at this point with 5:30 to go in the third. Kirshner with an aggressive move out of the zone. Right back on the attack, but that'll go through the mark, and a good effort there by Josh Cook. Kept in by Mount Lebanon. Nope, it'll be said that the puck left the zone, and offside will be called with a face-off with 10 seconds now remaining in the man advantage. Well, so far so good. They've rested number 18 for the whole 2-minute minor penalty. We'll see what will happen the last 5 minutes of play here. But if I'm the coach, I think I let I let it be what it is. Shot on rebound. Oh, takes it wide, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Number 5, Whitethorn. It's still loose in front. Oh, and a good effort there by the Panthers. And here comes Cassidy back right to the center ice area. Shot. Oh, my, and a good save there by Kirschner. And I guess that's how you answer. You come back and shoot and score. And a good effort there by Cassidy. And with 4:50 to play, he'll face it off to the right of the Mount Lebanon goaltender. And they're going to rest Cassidy here. And Galamus will take the drive. Smart move. Shot by Stevenson, and boy, look at Troy. They're just looking for trouble now. Not much you can do when you've been dominated 6-2 here. And you got to win the physical battle, I guess, at this point in time. Good effort there by Colcom. He's going to fight with Troy. Taken into the corner. Farber's going to take a wrister, and oh, that's deflected. I think that hit the mask of Seton. Goes into the corner. Boy, Del Rosa had a wonderful game here this evening as well. All the Panthers, just the entire bench with the forechecking effort and the physical play, pretty much been a performance you want to mask and copy for sure. Good effort here. Farber, no, he's not giving up at this point in time. And he's pulled down, no call. Little stick work with Galamus and Farber. And they'll skate away. Good effort there by Colcom, and he'll get a backhanded effort ahead to Stevenson. Farber all over the ice. He's pulled down again, no call. He's probably thinking, what do you have to do to get a tripping call? Taken here by the Panthers, will redirect right to Cassidy, and he'll skate away. And once again, a couple of the Mount Lebanon players looking to get involved. And they've got the heavyweights out there, Mike, some big frames. Boy, they've got some big-time players. A lot of 6-foot-tall guys. And they're going to chase Stevenson back to the bench. Panthers tried to do a late change here. Comes back to the point. A shot's going to go right on, and a good save by Kirschner. And he's going to hold on. Faceoff will be to the right of the Mount Lebanon goaltender with 3:13 now remaining. He comes back to the left point where Woomer tees it up. Oh, what a nice save. And Kirschner's come in and played an admirable game here, second half of this game. Big time glove save from the left point. 3:06 now remaining. Face-off taken by Stevenson, but controlled neatly by the Panthers. Yeah, and Nelson's going to trip Cassidy. And boy, once again, he's pretty much been shadowing number 18. And now we got some extracurricular here. We've got the heavyweights where Rudoy wants to mix it up. And Nelson's tapping Cassidy on the left shoulder. And he's actually going to the bench here. And it's getting a little ugly here. And the referees, 8:58, curfew's going to probably come here. And boy, Mount Lebanon just looking for anything they can to take away from this game, but they've totally been outplayed. And shots on goal will dictate that, folks, 41-16. And there's not much else you can say. This is a good old-fashioned butt kicking. And the Panthers are going to let this game probably go to, one would think you should curfew it. It's 8:59. They're going to drop the puck. And the faceoff's going to play on. 1 minute to curfew. Going to be chipped in. Taken by Farrell, and he looks to redirect it to Farber. Right out in front. A shot's going to be, oh, nice save by Seaton. Redirect, and Colcom will pick it up, and he'll skate back. Flips it ahead, and he's going to chase towards the goal. Kirshner's going to hold on. And we'll have a stop and play with 2:25 to go, but this game's going to come to a close at any second now. Face off to the right of Kirshner. They'll drop the puck. It'll go into the corner. And it looks like, and that'll do it, folks. With 2:11 to go, it's 9 o'clock, and that'll be the curfew. And the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils will fall to the Upper St. Clair Panthers on an impressive game here, 6-2. And boy, look at the scoreboard, folks. 41 shots to 17. Stars of the game, I've got to go 2 number 1 stars tonight, Mike. Number 3, Casey Colcom with 2 big-time goals. And what do you say about 52, Matt Cook today? I mean, what an impressive game. I think he had a goal and 3 assists. And they'll be our both number 1 stars, and the third star is going to the whole team, because what an effort the Panthers put on a hostile environment here in the Mount Lebanon facility. So, boy, an impressive victory. Gets the Panthers back to within 500 by 1 game. And it sends Mount Lebanon also now below 500. So we'll keep it on the ice here. But wow, what a game! And boy, an impressive victory here for the Panthers. I think if you want to watch a tape, that's how you play. And I think the Panthers just wore them out in their own zone. So pretty impressive. And we're going to take this victory, and we're going to enjoy this one for a week. So if you're not doing anything, come on out next Monday night, December the 8th. At the Ice Castle at 7 o'clock, where the Panthers will take on Central Catholic. So a beauty tonight, Panthers 6, Mount Lebanon 2. So for Mike DeSantis, I'm Kurt Caruth on your Panthers Television Network. We'll see you next week.